Early 1980s. KFC was expanding across the globe, and every restaurant was a fortress that lived or died by one thing: frozen chicken arriving exactly on time. A delay of just a few hours could shut down stores, tarnish the brand's reputation, and cost millions in lost sales. And right in the middle of that tension, a document traveled thousands of miles. A fax. Just 2 pages, landing on a desk at PepsiCo headquarters. 2 sheets of paper holding the line between explosive growth and a billion-dollar collapse. Think about it. One fax packed with precise data and critical contacts, deciding the future of a global giant. The clock was ticking. Executives stared into their coffee mugs, but their minds were locked on the phone line. Every second carried risk. Every word mattered. And that morning, the survival of thousands of restaurants came down to one mechanical sound: the shrill hiss of a fax machine. KFC relied on third-party suppliers with limited capacity, transporting frozen chicken that had to stay at a precise temperature from warehouse to fryer. Any break in that chain meant closed stores, angry customers, and brand damage that could take years to repair. On the first page of that fax, quantities, temperatures, departure times, and arrival windows. On the second, contingency protocols, emergency contacts, and health certifications. It wasn't just data, it was a corporate survival manual. Picture a battlefield map where every misplaced piece could cost territory, revenue, and stability. Every line of that fax was designed for speed. No ambiguity, no room for creative interpretation. If execution failed, the domino effect would hit hundreds of restaurants and millions of customers within hours. In PepsiCo's offices, a veteran manager gripped the fax with both hands while holding the phone to his ear. The coffee on his desk had gone cold. He knew that every restaurant without chicken meant lost revenue, disappointed customers, and employees standing in front of locked doors. Thousands of meals, paychecks, and strategic decisions were hanging by a handful of numbers and printed words. The room felt like a war room under threat. Each line on that fax was like adding another brick to the wall against chaos. Imagine being there, making billion-dollar calls in real time with no safety net. And in that pressure, the clarity of the document brought a strange kind of relief. Not because it made the stakes smaller, but because it gave them the exact map to fight through the crisis. PepsiCo's purchasing and logistics team dissected the fax like a surgeon with a scalpel. There was no space for doubt. Every number had to be exact, every instruction followed to the letter. No emails, no instant messaging, just fax and phone. The clarity of those instructions meant the supplier was approved instantly, skipping weeks of negotiation. Time was the only currency that mattered now. Minutes saved meant millions protected. KFC operated like a living organism. If one part of the chain shut down, the whole system felt the pain. That day, a decision made in minutes kept the supply line alive and the global operation intact. That fax didn't just save chicken, it saved billions in revenue, contracts, and brand trust. A week without stock would have caused a chain reaction, lost sales, contractual penalties, and a slow but deadly erosion of customer confidence. The lesson cuts across decades. Precise, timely information is one of the most powerful weapons any organization can have. Today's digital systems can make decisions in seconds, but they can also multiply mistakes just as fast. The principle hasn't changed. Those who act quickly with reliable data survive. Those who hesitate vanish. And that truth applies far beyond corporate giants. In your work, your finances, even your personal life, reaction time and quality of information can mean the difference between thriving and breaking. KFC's operations continued without a hitch. Customers never learned how close the system came to breaking, and PepsiCo kept the trust of investors and the public intact. But this isn't a story about chicken or logistics. It's about readiness. In any crisis, the first second is the most valuable, and the best defense is having a plan before you need one. The next big disruption could already be on its way, silent, invisible. When it hits, there won't be a warning. If you want to build your own strategic defense line, one that can react with speed and precision, subscribe now. Because when opportunity or disaster knocks, the time to prepare is already gone.